Let's say I'm an entrepreneur. I've got what I think is a great idea, caught a great trend, great team, and I want to pitch it to a venture capitalist like Kleiner Perkins. Can you walk us through the process of how that would be done?
Well, most of what comes into Kleiner Perkins comes in through references. Very little comes over the transom. Mm-hmm. So the first thing is to find somebody who we hold in high esteem who is an entree into the firm. And there are lots of angels and lots of CEOs of our prior companies and others that have entrees into Kleiner Perkins and whose references we take very seriously. So once that has occurred and you've got a good reference in, one or more partners, probably 1-2 partners, will look at the project and bring a couple of different perspectives to determining whether or not this is something that's interesting. This will happen by reviewing a plan or executive summary.
So the entrepreneur sends you in an email with the executive summary.
That's right.
You guys sit down Monday morning.
Well, no. This is what we do not Monday mornings.
Okay.
Monday mornings is a full-out presentation by entrepreneurs who have been fully vetted and where we have done our own due diligence and built our own plan around their plan that is presented to our fellow partners. That's a different process. That is much further along in the process. This is what happens on Wednesday mornings.
That's it.
Right?
There's a little bit of a ritual between different days of the week here.
Well, I'm just saying, this is what happens in the interstices between full-fledged decisions around new ventures and running our current ventures. It's the early stage of the funnel on references and new ideas. And our time is split between stuff that comes in through trusted sources and stuff that we go out and look for. Kleiner Perkins is not a place that sits around waiting for things to walk in the door. And it's not a place where we run around just trying to meet every entrepreneur. We, every year, arrive at a set of initiatives that are based around the trends that we see in the marketplace that we think are going to create change and significant opportunities over the course of the next 4, 5, 6 years. We then pattern match against those initiatives when references are made. And we actually go out and incubate businesses around those initiatives where we're not seeing activity. So we're much more reactive.
Technology was an incubated one, I think.
Pardon?
Good technology?
Good technology was incubated. I've incubated 3 companies since I've been here in the last 2 years. Yeah, we have an incubator right next door. So it is very common for us to take an early stage idea that we like the team on, but the idea may not be as strong as we like, or to find technology in a team-run idea where we're not seeing activity. But that's a different process. The process of a trusted source referral is 1 or 2 of us take a look at the plan, we talk, and we decide whether or not it's interesting to us because it matches our initiatives, or because it's something new that we haven't thought about that we do think is interesting, or because the entrepreneur is so compelling that we feel like, regardless of the idea, we need to meet the team. Then we'll have a meeting. And if we have the meeting, there'll be, again, probably 1, 2, 3 partners in there who practice in a domain area. The partners who do a lot of investing in consumer, or the partners who do a lot of investing in mobile, or the partners who do a lot of investing in energy will take a look at that team and meet with them. If they pass muster there, then we engage with them to start due diligence. And due diligence is through that process, we've identified 3, 4, 5 questions that we think are the gating questions for the venture. We engage the team on those questions, and we engage ourselves in trying to come up with answers to those questions. We go out and we talk to people in industry. We talk to experts. We spend time looking at the data. We build our own book on the opportunity. Then, if everything still lines up, we bring them into the Monday morning meeting. And that's when they get a chance to meet the broad partnership, where we get perspectives based from people who don't have necessarily domain expertise, but are great at evaluating new ventures. And that's the coup de grace.
How long is that Monday meeting, typically?
Well, there's an hour and a half for slot for each team, and the team gets about 30 minutes to present and about 30 minutes of questions, and then the client we gracefully ask them to leave, and then the partners talk and debate for about 30 minutes.
So let's say Matt comes in, presents in the Monday meeting, you decide to invest. Now, for him as an entrepreneur, what kind of advice would you have for how to work with the venture capitalists and how that relationship should go forward, as well as what things to be wary of?
Well, I think it starts with the premise that if you come into a place like Kleiner Perkins looking for money, you probably came for the wrong reason. That if you think about venture capitalists as bankers, you're probably already off on the wrong foot. Venture capitalists, certainly at Kleiner Perkins, we're not bankers. We're entrepreneurs. We're company builders. So what you've got when you come to Kleiner Perkins is a set of partners. You've got to be very careful about who you decide to bring in as partners. You've got to feel not only that they bring the expertise and the assets that are going to help you succeed, the network, the experience, the ability to bring and help bring in the team and vet your organization, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you also have to feel like you can communicate well, that you've got a good process for resolving conflicts, that you've got a relationship where you can trust them. Our interests are not always going to be fully aligned, but they're going to be parallel. We both want to build a successful venture. We both want to create value in that venture, and we both want to seek wealth at the end of the process. So that all being said, you've got to choose your partners carefully. There are certainly venture capitalists who are more on the banking side, and where what you really get is money. Every venture capitalist will tell you they bring value to the proposition, and what you really should do is decide who can bring the most value. In my experience as an entrepreneur and as a virtual CEO, very few venture capitalists bring value to the table. But there are certainly more than Kleiner Perkins who do. And finding a match amongst those is important. It's also not about the firm as much as it's about the partner. The firm provides a platform of credibility, and it provides a network for the team and the partner in charge to take advantage of. But it's really about the partner that you'll be working with, not the firm.